All right, slow flow class. So yeah, grab your pillows, grab some blocks, come to this first posture of child's pose. Bring your big toes together. Your knees touch. You might be hearing my dogs freak out. They'll probably stop eventually. And then just come to rest. I think they've quieted down now. And just come to rest. Again, this can be supported, unsupported, whatever you're looking for tonight. Knees can be wide, knees can be close. Totally depends on what your body is needing right now. With or without blocks or bolsters, toes to touch, knees wide or together. Walk your chest forward, fingers forward, or maybe elbows and forearms come to rest, palms press down. Find that favorite cheek. And then just go ahead and rest. Or if turning the head doesn't feel good, you can always come to your chin, or you can always come down to your forehead. Or sometimes I even like to bring my palms up on my pillow or my bolster and stack my forehead there. Anything goes here. Nice and relaxed, everything easy. And then once you allow yourself to get restful here, just come to find any adjustments you need to make and make those. Get relaxed and then tap in to your breath. Become aware of your inhales and your exhales without changing anything right away. Comparing how they feel, if they're shallow, or if you've already been taking deep breaths before arriving to your mat. Just become aware. Allow the muscles in the front side of your body to melt and give away towards the mat. Armpits, chest, belly, hips. If your eyes aren't already closed, I invite you to blink them shut if it feels safe, or to find something directly in front of you that you can focus on. Maybe the very edge of a corner or a very finite detail of it, and then let your eyes just blur out. And slowly bring your awareness from your natural, spontaneous breath and start to consciously adjust it. Start to match the inhales to the exhales, controlling the length of the inhale and matching that and controlling the length of the exhale. If your cheek is resting on your bolster, go ahead and pick your head up and switch it to the other side, releasing that side of the neck to the opposite cheek. After you move, take a big breath in and a big breath out. And come back to relax. Make those adjustments. Awareness to the inhales, awareness to the exhales. And really fully coming to rest, relaxing the front side of the body. And then really quickly bringing that awareness to your body here, full body, everything from the soles of your feet to your legs, to your hips, to your abdomen, the core of your body, your chest. your spine, shoulders, arms, neck, and head. Just feel as your body weighs into the ground here. Restorative yoga is all about the stillness and finding a complete and utter relaxation. So doing a few body scans when you arrive to your postures and being mindful of how your body feels so you know if you need extra attention or extra props. It is definitely not selfish. Think about relaxing every muscle, clenched jaw, tongue pressed up to the roof of your mouth. Making our movements between postures mindful and as minimal as possible. Take another big inhale into your belly, fill up nice and big. Open mouth exhale. From child's pose, go ahead and draw your palms close towards your shoulders, pretty much underneath. And then gently press yourself up off of your bolsters or your pillows or the mat. And then gently set them to one side. Take your hands, walk them up to the front of the mat. Bring your belly, chest, chin, fronts of your legs, tops of your feet to the mat. Palms underneath your shoulders. And then chin connected. Taking a moment here to allow your heels to fall out to the sides. Take one big inhale. Exhale. Press gently into the tops of your feet, gently activating your legs just a little bit, not as if we're in a vinyasa practice, trying to warm our bodies up, just gently bringing the alignment into our body. Draw your palms a little bit more underneath your shoulders. Elbows draw gently towards your hips and to the back of the mat. Take an inhale, use your back muscles, lift your chest and chin off of the mat. Gaze stays directly below you or maybe towards that top edge. Easy bend, easy effort in the neck. And take another big inhale here, gently lifting up, little to no pressure in your hands. Exhale, release, chin to mat. Staying aware of that breath. Big inhale, take your time, lift up, full breath up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, lift up, back muscles, lift your chest, shoulders, and chin up. Gentle pressure in your hips and the tops of your feet. Exhale, release your chin back to the mat. Arms go long outside of your, arms come out long to your sides. Palms down, taking the shape of a capital T. Gently bring your legs a little bit closer together. Draw your left hand underneath your left shoulder. Press gently or press into your left hand any amount, starting to roll onto your right side. So this is where you kind of pick your pressure. You can leave your left hip and your left leg on the ground and just kind of press into that right shoulder, or you can completely stack your left side of your body right here. And try to bring your sternum parallel to the opposite side of the mat. And then option to bring your left knee bent. Release the right side of your head into the mat. Should have reminded that earlier. Oh, here we got some dogs going again. Don't mind us you guys. Bend that left knee, release the left foot behind your back. And just go ahead and relax. Stretch into the front of that right shoulder, a little bit into the right side of that pec. Allowing gravity to do the majority of the work here. It's pulling the left side of your body behind you a little bit. Beautiful. Good job, guys. Arriving, tap, make sure to remind yourself and check in. How does this feel? Do I want a little bit more? Do I need to back off a little bit? What can I do here in this moment? I'm sorry, you guys, for finding full relaxation. Go ahead and find. Got the dog guy on it. So again, tap in here, arrive into your breath. Make those inhales, exhales equal in length. Relax any muscles. Back off if something's too much. Soften your gaze and allow yourself to fall to that stillness. Knowing that you can stay in each posture as long as feels good in your body. If you're feeling ready to move on, take a big breath in. And as you exhale, slowly bring the left side of your body, left leg long down the mat. Return to that capital T shape. Arms out, palms down, chin to the mat. Let your heels fall out. Relax right here, capital T shape. Big inhale. Big exhale. Inhale, draw your right palm underneath your right shoulder. Same, gently press into that right palm, stacking your right side of your body on top of your left. Being mindful and slow, releasing the left side of your head back down to the mat. Maybe even placing a block or maybe a gently folded blanket to lift your head up if you need to support yourself there. Bend that right knee up towards the ceiling if you want to intensify, placing the right foot behind the left leg. Any amount. Checking in, making sure this isn't too much. Being gentle and easy. Maybe just gentle pressure into that right shoulder is enough. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Checking in with the breath. Checking in with your body. And reminding yourself that we are not symmetrical in the human body, so each side will feel different. Each side will need different props, different needs. And that is okay. Take another big breath in. Big breath out. Stay right here. Again, knowing that you can stay in each posture as long as you need, and also leave each posture as soon as you need. If you're ready to move on, take another big breath in. As you exhale, slowly release the right side of your body back to the mat. Right leg goes long. Arms come back out to that T. Chin back to the mat. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Draw your palms back underneath your shoulders. Press into your palms. Gently lift up to tabletop. Bringing your palms underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. And then just coming to a very gentle active. Again, it's not as much as pulling and pushing and really activating into that core. We just want to be supported enough. Take an inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze, make the movement really small and gentle into cow. Exhale, gently move your way to cat pose. Press your shoulders and spine up to the ceiling. Gaze to your thighs. Head releases. Inhale, cow. Chest, belly drops. Gaze and tailbones lift. Exhale, cat pose. Spine to the ceiling. Press into your palms. Inhale, come back to neutral spine. And then gently go ahead and grab for your blocks. So send your hips towards your heels. Grab for your blocks and draw them close. Or if you don't have blocks, you can use like a workout bench, a chair, a couch, that little step stool thing for my one in-person client right now. Boyfriend is receiving the yoga class. All right, so bring your blocks right in front of you. Perfect. And then if you're using anything, you have the whole surface. You don't have to worry too much. But you're going to come to bring your elbows to the backs of your blocks or to the ledge of your step stool or workout bench. And then you're going to press your palms into each other. And then gently walk your knees away from you, kind of waddling them away. And then allow your chest to start to fall through. Maybe you need to reposition your blocks, but I like having mine on the higher setting. I have a little bit of mobility I can tap into here. But if you want, you can always go down to a lower setting if it feels too much being up too high. Yeah, and then just gently let that chest fall through. And then if you want, you can also let the palms that are pressing start to draw towards the space between your shoulder blades. So yeah, yep. Yeah. No forcing, just really gentle. If this is too much, you can also bring that pile of pillows or a bolster underneath your chest to prop you up a little bit. But this should be really easy here. And if this is too much, just come into puppy pose. Arms are long, chest comes down to the mat. Your chin or your forehead could come down. It's basically child's pose with your buns up in the air. Yeah, wherever you want to be here. Make sure it's the right intensity. This is focusing on opening the chest, maybe tapping in a little bit to the backs of those arms, backs of those triceps. You can get that elevation opening into the armpits, lats. Take a big breath in, make sure you want to be here, and if not, make the moves to head to where you need to be. Lifted tricep stretch with some blocks or a lift underneath your elbows. Puppy pose, palms, forearms, elbows pressed into the mat. Chest or chin or forehead, hips up. Wherever you have arrived, take a big breath in and a big breath out. Soften the front side of your body. Tap into your breath. Equal inhale to the equal exhale. Soften your gaze or close your eyes. Allowing some stillness and silence into your practice and into this posture. Always an option for breath work and practice to add on a gentle Ujjayi pranayama. And that is just the really, really soft oceanic sound you make in the center of your throat. Just a little bit of warmth circulating through the body and a little bit of concentration on your breath. Knowing you can stay in these postures as long as feels comfortable. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. If you're in puppy pose, gently draw yourself back into child's pose, drawing your knees apart or keeping them together, but maybe bringing your arms down towards your toes, fingers towards your toes. If you are propped up with a block, start to walk your knees towards you. Gently coming out, bring your hands away from your shoulders towards the front of the mat. Good. Setting the blocks aside. And then from child's pose, coming up into Sphinx posture. So gently bring your elbows underneath your shoulders. Forearms, palms press into the ground. Good. And then release the tops of your feet here. And if for some, or if this feels like your low back is pinching a little bit, you can always take a blanket or I wouldn't say a pillow or a bolster, but something that's maybe an inch or two off the ground. Place it on your belly, letting your hips fall to the mat or lifting those hips up just a little bit. You have just a little bit of lift under your belly, so that will take the intense stretch or the intense bend right out of that low back. But wherever you are, make sure your low back feels good. Underneath your shoulders, palms are pressed into the mat. Take a big inhale, look up as far as it feels good in your neck. Exhale, release your chin towards your chest. Draw your shoulders back towards your hips, away from your ears. Really release. Feel the back of the neck open. Bring your right ear towards your right shoulder, very gently building space between left ear and left shoulder. Next exhale, release your chin back towards your chest. Good. Inhale, bring your left ear towards your left shoulder, space between the right ear, right shoulder. On your next exhale, release your chin to your chest. Good. Bring your gaze back up. All right, we're going to add on eagle arms here. So walk your elbows a little bit away from you. Lay your ribs a little bit more onto the mat. Good. And then bring your right elbow underneath your left elbow. So basically, yeah, put your right elbow in the center of the mat and then take your left elbow and put it right into the right armpits. Oh my gosh, the right elbow's pit. There we go. And then you can either go for your opposite shoulders and just grab your opposite shoulders. Yep. Or you can go for back-to-back hands, or you can go to that double wrap. And you're just going to start to walk your elbows away from you. And it's going to maybe space between that shoulder. Yeah. And again, if you need maybe a pillow or something, oh, well, that kind of pulls away the stretch from the underneath the arms. But walk your elbows away as far away from you as only feels comfortable. Make sure you're not pulling those elbows or those shoulders out of their sockets. And then release your chin to your left bicep. Take a big inhale, feel your ribs pull apart, chest, shoulders pull apart. Exhale, settle. Let your heels fall out to the outside edges. Make sure your low back is nice and long, not pinching. And maybe play a little bit with moving your forearms away from you and maybe closer, but very gently. Little movements can intensify things right here. Away and toward. Option to stay in movement or just come to find some stillness here. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Knowing you can stay here as long as you like. Inhale, slowly start to walk your elbows back in. Exhale, come to a really low sphinx for a minute. So the elbows aren't underneath our shoulders. They're still a little bit away from us. And just take a moment here to let the blood kind of flow back into your arms. Take a big inhale. Big exhale. All right, next side. Bring your left elbow into the middle. Right elbow kind of goes right into that inside of the left arm, left armpit, left elbow pit. Can it grab for opposite shoulders? You can press the backs of your hands into each other, or you can go palm to palm. And then very gently start to like rock or just slide your elbows away from you. And then check in with your tailbone, because I just totally had my tailbone faced up towards the ceiling and it was really hurting my low back. So think about drawing your two tailbone points down towards your hips and even picking up and shortening the distance between the tops of your tailbone and the bottom of your ribs. So basically walking your tailbone up a little bit. Good. And then start to walk those elbows away. Take a big inhale. Exhale, release chin to that right bicep. Option to add in that movement again here, just kind of forearms away from you gently and forearms towards you. Again, checking in with your shoulders, knowing that each side is different. Palm to palm wrap is not mandatory. It's whatever feels good. Coming to stillness or staying in movement, take another big breath in. Big breath out. Knowing you can stay in each posture as long as you want. If you're ready to move on, gently start walking or dragging those elbows in towards you. Take a big inhale. Exhale, start to unravel. And then stack palms one on top of each other, and then release the crown or the forehead into your stacked palms. Crocodile pose. Let your heels fall out. Effortless in your shoulders. Bend your knees. Draw your heels towards your glutes. Windshield wiper your shins from side to side. Gentle release of the low back. Good. Release your legs long down the mat. Lift your head up. Draw your palms underneath your shoulders. Inhale, gently lift yourself up, press into your palms. Walk your knees in towards your hands, and then send your hips to one side, your knees to the other, and come to a seat. We're going to get into a little straddle posture. So come into a straddle, center straddle. It doesn't have to be big. It definitely does not have to be very wide. And then, yeah, basically you can heels to the outside edges of your mat, further off, whatever, but don't go into like a really intense center split stretch. So wherever you are, take a big inhale, find a nice tall seat. Lift the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Feel the space grow in the back of your neck. And as you exhale, walk your hands behind you. Stay on the tips of your fingers and then start to draw your shoulders together and just keep it really gentle, just enough to come together to open your chest a little bit. Good. And then on the next inhale, start to lift your gaze and then let the back of your head kind of fall back and look up. Little to no effort in that neck. If that's a little too much, that is totally okay. Just bring that gaze right to center. if gazing at the ceiling is not in your cards, which for me, it won't be for very long. Just think about lifting that chest up, regardless of if the gaze is high. Think about someone taking the center of your chest, tying a string to it, and lifting all the way up. Good. Take another big inhale here. Exhale, slowly walk your hands back in front of you, and then just walk them out. And then here, if you want, you can actually take your bolster. Kendall, this was kind of the one I was telling you about the other day if you want to try it. Taking that bolster, and then I think it's kind of like building a little bit of like a fort here with these. I won't be able to do it because I don't have a firm enough bolster, but you kind of get where I'm going with this maybe. But set the bottom one on like the medium level. Yes, there we go. And then the next one on the bigger level. See how that kind of tears a little bit? Yes, perfect. And then go ahead and just walk your forehead to be right on your bolster. Sometimes I come to find that this is hard with kind of like getting the bolster to stay right here. So if you want, you can take your feet and bring them to soles of your feet to touch almost around it. And that kind of helps keep that there. But since, okay, there you go, Stephen. Yeah, hell yeah, he's got it. Whatever you need to do to kind of give yourself a little bit of prop up. Sometimes a couch cushion might be better, and it takes a little bit of messing around. At least that's what I've come to find in all of the restorative classes I've taken. But wherever you are, if you can, come to a nice, relaxed kind of forward fold. Supported forward fold. Oh, here we go. You want this, babe? Maybe you have to bring your hands in front of you, stack your forehead on crossed forearms, but wherever you can, see if you can't just fold forward just a little bit. I have not the proper tools for this. Allow yourself to fold forward. If you have no tools, you can keep your legs split and just kind of come on to tented fingers, but just release your chin forward. And if you have that bolster, you can just release your forehead into it. Yeah, just allow a little bit of a round forward. Beautiful. See what you can release, what you can relax. Back of the neck is heavy. Take a big inhale, little body scan, make sure you feel good. Exhale, let it all go. Knowing you can stay in each of these postures for as long as you want, and knowing it took a moment to get to this, you can stay right here. If you're feeling ready to move on, simply start walking your fingertips back towards you. Move the blocks or the bolsters out of the way. Shoulders arrive over hips. Good. Bring the soles of your feet in towards each other. Press them into each other, bound angle. Knees fall out to the sides. Good. Hands come to the front of your ankles. Take a big inhale, chest lifts, kind of like a little cow pose actually. Chest lifts, gaze lifts, belly pulls through. Pull into those shoulders a little bit. And then exhale, pull and press the spine to the back of the mat, stretching into the backs of the shoulders. So really round the back to the back of the mat. There you go. Chin to chest. Stay right here, feeling into the stretch of the shoulders. Take a big inhale. Big exhale. Good. Inhale, slowly come back up to center. Good. Bring your knees to point up towards the ceiling. Place the soles of your feet on the mat. Grab behind your thighs. Make sure you have everything close by for your Shavasana. Maybe up more towards the front of your mat. Take another big inhale, lift your chest nice and high. And then exhale, slowly resist down, but really scoop that tailbone down and think about laying that really flat part of your tailbone down first. Whoa. And then low back, middle back, upper back, shoulders and head. Good. All right, bring your arms to a T, or you can bend your elbows and bring your arms to a goalpost and palms up towards the ceiling, whatever feels more stable to you. I like arms at a T with my palms down. Draw your knees over your hips and then come into like a 90-degree angle. Flex your feet. There we go, perfect. And then activate your core enough that it presses your low back down into the mat. So no Tonka truck or piece of paper should be able to be slipped underneath your low back. Take another big inhale here, gentle activation. Exhale, drop your knees to the right side of your body. Easy, gentle twist. Release the right leg to the right side of the mat. Knees can stay sloppily stacked. My left knee is kind of drawn further back than my right knee. Allow it to be easy. Shoulders stay in the mat. Good. And then go ahead and look over that left arm. And if for some reason this isn't feeling supportive enough, you can always bring something underneath both of those knees to bring the ground up to meet you. Or you can place something between your knees if you have any low back pain or any pinching. Make sure you are giving your body exactly what it needs to be outrageously relaxed. Allow your awareness to be on your breath and the heaviness of your body in this mat. Allow your mind to stay here just a little bit longer before it goes on to the to-do list or on to what we have to do next. Knowing you can stay here as long as it feels comfortable. Only moving when you're ready to move. Go ahead and gently remove any props that might be underneath you. Press your shoulders and your palms gently into the mat, gently activating your core, draw it towards your spine. Take a big inhale to prepare. Exhale, stay right here. Good. Inhale, gently draw your knees back to the center, over your hips. Come back to that 90-degree angle, flex your feet. Press your low back into the mat. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, drop your knees to the left side of the mat. So the left side of the leg falls to the floor. Left side of the left leg falls to the floor. Knees come to stack sloppily. Again, supporting what you need. If you need to bring a folded blanket or a block underneath to bring the floor up to meet you, or between your knees for a low back release, make sure you do that. Shoulders stay on the mat. Gaze can be at the ceiling or down your right arm. And then come back to that breath. Drop it from your chest down into your belly. Matching the inhales and the exhales. Finding safety in the stillness. knowing you can stay here as long as you like. If you're ready to move on, go ahead and move any props from between your legs or underneath. Reactivate by gently pressing your palms into the floor, shoulders into the floor. Gaze comes back to the ceiling. Take a big inhale to prepare. Exhale, stay. Good. Inhale, gently draw your knees back up to the ceiling. Maybe together, maybe one at a time, whatever feels right. Press your low back into the floor, flex your feet 90 degrees. Take one big breath here in activation. And then exhale, draw your knees into your chest. And then preparing for our end of class, I have offered up final Shavasana in supported fish pose. So totally up to you. If you have a favorite Shavasana that might open your chest just a little bit, maybe even just some bolsters underneath your chest, go ahead and do that. I'm gonna take one big inhale right here on your mat to prepare for your final Shavasana. And then exhale, go ahead and release. If you just wanna go into classic Savasana with your legs down the mat, go ahead. Otherwise, coming into fish posture, supported, you're gonna bring some bolsters under your back. So here's option one. Bolsters underneath your back the long way, but you wanna let your head kind of hang off the back, but still be supported. So head hangs, but neck is supported. Arms to the side, knees bent up towards the ceiling. This is your first option, or maybe you just let your legs go long. Chest is open, shoulders are heavy, neck is supported. Or you can be in the same posture and then bring a block. You might need to be up. Oh yeah, actually this might work. A block underneath the back of your forehead on the bolsters. Oh boy. Yes, Kendall, there you go. That looks really, really relaxing. Or if you have soft blocks or this is comfortable for you, you can bring one block between your shoulder blades. Might take a little messing around. And then one block behind your head. Finding what that final Shavasana is going to be for you, making any adjustments so it feels good to be there. Crown can be heavy hanging towards the mat. Crown can be supported underneath a block or with a block. Chest is open with a block or bolster. Gaze finds a spot on the ceiling, or if it feels right, can go ahead and close your eyes completely. Make sure that your low back is supported. Make sure that everything feels restorative. Nothing should require effort. Everything should be easy. Once you arrive to this final Shavasana of your choice, supported fish, classic Shavasana, wherever you are, be there. Be there, feel supported. Feel your chest open, shoulders open, arms are wide. Take up your space and be here in silence and stillness for 3 minutes. And go ahead and let go of any conscious constraints on your breath and just allow it to come back to its natural and spontaneous rhythm and location. knowing you could stay in your final Shavasana as I close out class. Please stay here if you are outrageously comfortable and have the time. If you're ready to move on, bring your awareness back to this body on this mat in this room. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Take a big breath in through your nose, fill up your belly. Open mouth, exhale, let it all go. Being mindful as we transition, if you are on blocks or bolsters, inhale, and then exhale, gently roll off your props or bolsters to one side, coming into that fetal position. Bicep underneath your ear, knee into your chest. Allow yourself to be messy and fall wherever you are. Take a moment here just to honor your effort and for showing up, taking care of yourself so you can go off and better do what you want to do with your day. Taking a moment, knowing you can end your practice right here, just like in Shavasana as I close out. But if you're ready, with your heavy gaze or your closed eyes, gently press yourself up, bringing yourself to a comfortable seated position. However you arrive, wherever you arrive is meant for you. Once you're seated, go ahead and bring your hands to heart center, palms press into each other, thumbs press into your sternum. Find length in your spine, tailbone presses down, crown of your head reaches up. Take a big inhale, again, nice tall spine. Exhale, bow forward, sealing in our class, sealing in our efforts, and thanking ourselves for showing up. Shoulders back over hips, start to rub your hands from side to side, creating warmth between your palms. Bring those nice warm hands to cover your closed or heavy lidded eyes. Blink your eyes back open underneath your palms, and then release your hands to your knees. Thank you, little yogi online, and thank you, little yogi boyfriend, for joining me in class. I hope you felt good to take care of yourself and take a break. And then an email will be shot out tomorrow with what classes will look like and some more offerings coming your way. And always know if you have questions with practice, anything with yoga, asana, physical stuff, the breath work that we did, or just any questions you have for being a part of Messy, let me know. I always want to make it easy for you to access live and on demand. So if you have anything, always let me know. Cool. You have a good night. Enjoy, and then get some extra rest after you have to do a little more work. See you later.